Houssine Ait Soussan was born in the Netherlands to Moroccan immigrant parents. Unlike many young men around him, he wasn't loud or flashy. He was calm, intelligent, and always thinking 2 steps ahead. But deep inside, he wanted control, not over people, but over power itself. He grew up in Amsterdam West, a neighborhood known for its mix of cultures and its struggles. Drugs, street fights, and gangs were part of daily life. Houssine watched everything silently, learning how people moved, how they talked, and how power shifted on the streets. In his late teens, Houssine began working for street dealers, handling deliveries and collecting payments. He was efficient, never drew attention, and always brought results. Soon, bigger players began to notice him. By his mid-20s, Houssine was connected to some of the biggest figures in the Dutch underworld, men like Betrayal and Gwinnett Martha. He wasn't the loud type, but he earned respect through quiet strength. Through his contacts, he became involved in large-scale cocaine and hashish trafficking networks linking Amsterdam, Antwerp, and Spain. His ability to move goods quietly made him indispensable. While others flaunted wealth, Houssine preferred silence. No gold chains, no loud parties. He lived in nice apartments, drove clean cars, and stayed off the radar. That calm image made him even more dangerous. Trouble began when deals went wrong. A partner's shipment disappeared in Spain, and fingers pointed toward Houssine. The underworld doesn't forgive easily. What followed was years of violence and revenge. After the killing of Najib Bobu in 2012, the fragile peace between rival gangs shattered. Houssine, once a quiet businessman, found himself caught in the middle of the bloodiest war in modern Dutch history. He aligned himself with Benaouf's camp. Loyalty in the underworld is everything, but it also comes with enemies. From that moment, his life became a constant escape from death. The opposing faction, led by hitmen connected to Gwinnett Martha, marked him for death. Everyone knew his name. He became both feared and hunted. To survive, Houssine changed his routines constantly. New phones, new safe houses, new cars. He trusted no one completely, not even his closest friends. Unlike many gangsters, Houssine didn't act on emotion. Every move was calculated. Police later said he planned his operations like a chess player, always thinking about the next 10 moves. Rumors spread that Houssine kept a list of names, rivals who betrayed him or threatened his business. One by one, many of those names met violent ends. By 2014, Dutch investigators had started linking his name to multiple killings and drug shipments. His phone records connected him to other key players in the Mocro War. Despite the investigations, Houssine's influence spread across Europe. He had people in Belgium, Spain, and Morocco who worked under his command. Yet few had ever met him in person. Even though he wasn't seen often, his name was enough to make people afraid. In Amsterdam's underworld, saying Houssine in the wrong tone could get you killed. As police pressure grew, one of his close associates betrayed him, leaking information to a rival group. That betrayal would change everything. Soon after the betrayal, shootings erupted in Amsterdam and Antwerp. Cars were riddled with bullets. Everyone suspected Houssine's men were cleaning house. The newspapers began linking him to the Mocro War's biggest murders. His name filled the headlines as one of the most wanted men in Europe. Houssine disappeared completely. For months, police had no trace of him. He was rumored to have escaped to Morocco. Others said Dubai. But nobody knew for sure. Authorities began following the money. Offshore accounts, properties in Spain, and secret bank transfers painted a picture of a man who had turned drug profits into an empire. Even while hiding, the war he helped fuel continued. Young men inspired by his reputation took up his methods. More killings, more blood, more fear. Interpol placed him on their radar. International cooperation between Dutch, Belgian, and Moroccan police grew stronger. They wanted him captured at all costs. Several times, rumors spread that Houssine had been arrested abroad. But every time they proved false. He remained a ghost, always one step ahead. Every man close to him either ended up dead or in prison. Houssine had built an empire, but it came at the cost of peace. His face became a symbol of the war's endless cycle. Eventually, reports suggested he was living quietly in northern Morocco, protected by powerful friends. He had money, but no freedom. Every movement watched, every call dangerous. Even in hiding, coded messages believed to come from Houssine circulated. Some claimed he still influenced decisions in Amsterdam's criminal world. Dutch authorities launched one of their largest anti-gang operations ever. They raided homes, seized properties, and arrested dozens linked to his network. As more people were caught, many began confessing to save themselves. Bit by bit, police pieced together the map of Houssine's empire. What started as business became an endless revenge cycle. Both sides of the war lost too many men. There were no winners, only destruction. With his key men arrested or killed, his organization weakened. New generations took over, but none could match his discipline or strategy. Some say that in hiding, Houssine started writing down his story, how it all began and how it ended. But no one knows if that story will ever be told. Police use his story to teach how intelligence alone isn't enough. Without wisdom, it leads to ruin. Houssine had the mind of a strategist, but the heart of a criminal. Years later, his name still echoes in Amsterdam's dark corners. No one knows if he's alive, imprisoned, or hiding under another identity. Mothers and fathers still light candles for sons lost during the Mocro War. Sons who followed or fought Houssine, all victims of greed and pride. Once feared by everyone, Houssine's world has now shrunk to silence. No trust, no family, no real friends. The underworld always ends the same way. In the younger generation of gangsters, his name still carries mythic power. They see him as a ghost king who controlled Amsterdam without being seen. To Dutch law enforcement, Houssine remains a lesson. The perfect example of how one silent man can control chaos from the shadows. Even today, whispers of his presence return. A sighting here, a message there. Whether true or false, his ghost still haunts the underworld he helped shape. Whether Houssine Ait Soussan is alive or gone, one truth remains. His story is a mirror for every man tempted by power. In the end, the underworld has no mercy, only silence and regret.